Hello everyone, hello. We're back. Alright, we gotta figure out exactly how to deal with Leviathan. You are expected in the command room. Pray, do not keep the Admiral waiting. Fuck you, I'll do whatever I want. Can't make me.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Hearthstone, 'twas called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The Primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the Company of Heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe, but I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel. Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
'Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Indeed it did not. Beings held as gods also exist in my land. Oops. Legend tells us that they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. And now that I have come face to face with a primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them so. What is it? A message, Admiral. I judged it best that it be delivered at once. I'm listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. One of the company of heroes? The details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I'm disinclined to put any store in by this claim, and even should it be true, it is as Yashila said, none save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, what can he tell us that we do not already know? And yet, having wagered Limsa's survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man? If his testimony could yield us any manner of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all. The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on the supposed Primal Slayer's claims, Mara. Seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. The man you're looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Lanasia. The Storm Private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. No, dudes, if you've been watching the stream at all these past few weeks, you'll know that I turn off the camera during any scenes where there's cool shit going on or they're talking, so as to not distract you guys, as I would like you guys to pay attention to the story and not me. Come on, I'm not that important. Where the fuck is Lower Lanasia? Why can't I get there? Is that the Grey Fleet? Of course he's got to be in that part of the Lower Lanasia. In the annoying part of Lower Lanasia. Anyway, guys, join dudes for a boss fight. Ethernet, we're gonna go to... Well, on the bright side, we can at least fly there now. That'll save some time. You guys can look at this beautiful landscape as I fly over there. Flying is quite a bit faster than just walking. Is it the Tidus Slayer again? It's the Tidus Slayer again, isn't it? The guy who claimed to have killed Titan but didn't. Didn't even know his damn name. This is exactly where we're going. Oh look. Now look here, you left your bloody story right after you carried those sacks of grain over to the mill. But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you, and before I mucked out the chocobo stables, and before I rolled that millstone over to the mill, and also before... Gods, man, I've worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days! Do you hear me complaining? Well, I suppose some of us just ain't made for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never let it say that old Tractome ain't a generous soul. Now, prick up your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting, you can? The tale of Tractome's epic victory of the dread primal Leviathan. Now, Leviathan is huge, make no mistake. To give you an idea how big, each of his scales is about as wide across as me members long. And that's no mean feat, let me tell you. This man just... okay. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's one at least. He even knocked me trusty ass out of my hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots. But not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let me mates in the company heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Mayhap too modest. Now, there's some as say you can never truly beat Leviathan. That you've got to learn and live in. That you've got to learn to live with them and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. It's you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention is all. I take back everything I said. I was never part of the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm Chocobo Dung. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in Chocobo Dung. I have to lie to women to tumble them, and that don't happen much. Me member's tiny. It's pathetic. Okay. I sure as hell didn't fight Leviathan, but I have seen him with me own eyes. It was a fair few years back, when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking me duties one day, loitering about the harbor, when I saw it. A great big massive sea serpent, some malls off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared, I soiled myself right then and there. What? Oh god, it's just remembering that day made me soil myself all over again. This man just pissed himself in front of us, guys. Hey, wait. If you're asking after Leviathan, it means you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care. He really is terrible. Dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet, or at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless lying whoreson. I can't believe you made me handle Chocobo Dung. Miro, this is Minfilia. Were you able to learn aught of use against Leviathan? I beg your pardon? Leviathan? I see. That is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await your Morby dry docks. Pray, make your way there as soon as you are able. Leviathan, guys. Alright. I'm gonna go to South Shroud. Not South Shroud. South Lower Lanasia. You guys weren't able to take out the Rogue Spectre Saren. Seeing this sealed. I think this is the okay, this leads to the Island Sanctuary. Okay, I know what it is. Not something we need right now. Good point. Oh, they're down there. Alright. I'm told your jaunt to the Great Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lass. I'll wager it served you to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. The twin vessel, the War Leader I call her, is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. The War Leader and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word and we shall bear you to Leviathan. Lord of the World. Huh, I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the War Leader may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She's been fitted with our friends at Neldeek and Vimeli's are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Thancred and Ishtola, I would have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sapsa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Ishtola, if you would join the third levy, and Lady Ugiri, the fifth. But what words have I for the woman who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of my own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Miro. May the crystal bless and keep you. Alright guys, we're about to fight another primal. The War Leader. Hard. Now accessible. There is no normal version of this. It's only hard and extreme. But we're not going to be doing extreme. Okay, so first. The Sahagin, reviled beast tribe native to the Indigo Deep, have succeeded in summoning forth their voracious god, the primal Leviathan. Should the mighty serpent be allowed to unleash its tidal wave, the entire city of Limsa Lominsa will be swept into the sea. Faced with watery oblivion, the leaders of the Maelstrom have conceived a desperate plan. By lashing together two warships and filling their holds with corrupted crystals, they hope to pierce the Lord of the World's defenses and give a chosen few chance to dispatch the primal with courage and steel. The War Leader sits in the bay with her towing vessel, the Triumph, awaiting but the command to cast off. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to join. If we don't get it immediately, I'm going to be pausing the recording, and I'll start it back up for YouTube just before it goes in. All right, guys, we did it. We're in. hey everyone. So he's gonna slam down where that water thing is. On normal mode here, you don't, or hard mode, you don't need to worry about it. You'll hit the rails. But then he's gonna have his tail pop up. Now, I don't remember which is which. It's been a while, but only the only certain classes can hit the head and the tail. He's gonna summon these Gyre Speums. What they do is they suck away the elemental conversion energy. We need the elemental conversion energy to beat Leviathan. There we go. He's gonna drop some water bombs on the arena. And then we use the elemental converter to block his attack. Tidal wave, which is what he just did. And you kind of want to kill these guys pretty quick, because they put something on the ground that is really annoying. This. But he died, so. Okay, and that's Leviathan. Yeah. He lasted a lot longer back in the day, guys, so trust when I tell you that that doesn't do the fight justice, and hard mode was legit a pain in the ass. Sorry you didn't get to hear the music for as long as I had hoped, but you got to hear a lot more of it than I thought you would, to be honest. But yeah, like the fight starts off with that very basic, just the drum sounds, right? And I was like, okay, I like it, but it's not my favorite. That's kind of disappointing after Titan and whatnot. But then actually kicks in the music there, and I'm like, holy crap, okay, this is good. So, I hope you guys like the look of Leviathan. He's a cool boss, but knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits, but today I will permit myself a few words. I feel truly privileged to have the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You are an inspiration to us all, madame. And on that note, the Admiral awaits you in the command room. Then he winked at us. Hi, Mira. No, we can't play right now. We'll play after stream though, okay? Yeah, hi! Yeah, guys, I gotta get a picture of this. She looks so cute right now. Mira! Thank you, Mini Cat!
we Lominsans are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds stood before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'ashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning, but when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
We did it, team. Leviathan bested. We are getting close to the end of patch 2.2. So give me a sec. I will be right back as it is break time. And Mira has been so cute, so it's time to give her a little bit of playtime in the meantime.